Fermanagh TV is brought to you by Kilmore Key Club. These double yellow lines outside Enniskillen Courthouse have been at the centre of an ongoing dispute between local traders and the court service in recent weeks. East Bridge Street is usually lined with cars as shoppers nip in and out of town to do their daily errands, but with the introduction of the lines, this is no longer possible.
What has happened, people now are driving through East Bridge Street and not stopping. They're parking in other areas of the town. And in terms of the town as a whole, obviously when one of the streets, and particularly this main street, or one of the streets that leads to the town centre, when it's affected, it obviously affects the entire town centre, because East Bridge Street was seen as a convenient street to park on, not just to use the businesses within the street, but also to use other businesses within the town centre. You have an hour to park, people could run up the town, do their bits and pieces and come back to the car within the hour. Now unfortunately they can't do that anymore, so obviously as a whole it has a serious impact on the entire town centre.
The lines have been put in place as a security measure to protect the courthouse. Niall Smith, who has worked on the street for 15 years, says he believes the lines will have the opposite effect.
If anything, in fact, I think we're more exposed, because what it does is it leaves the area clear to the front of the courthouse. If somebody wanted to come along and plant a bomb, they could easily park at the front of the courthouse, get out of their car and run away and leave the car there. It actually guarantees them a space. Now, in terms of the way it used to be, certainly whenever at the height of the Troubles, it used to be that the police service, they actually put cones out in the morning that the court was in service or in sitting, and when the court sitting was over, the cones were removed. So it meant that nobody parked in front of the courthouse. It was very effective at the time, and certainly at no stage during the period that I've been on the street have we ever had a bomb scare in relation to the courthouse. It's hard to believe that now we're in peace times that we now have an issue.
Sinn Féin MLA Phil Flanagan met with local traders and the court service last week to try and resolve the issue.
We feel it's a completely over-the-top reaction to a security document that was produced by an expert for the court service. Now, the initial proposal was to close off half the town and put up a series of bollards, which would have completely destroyed this part of the town. But court service said that was having too much of an impact on this part of the town, so instead they decided to take away the car parking spaces. But from what we can see, this is having the same impact on the town. It's the first thing you see when you come into the town, or people coming down from the Diamond. All they see down here is a huge pile of nothing. So it's very worrying for the traders that are down here. And they're very concerned about the decisions that have been taken.
Mr Flanagan has now proposed a meeting with Justice Minister David Ford.
Well, we're hoping to get a bit of common sense from the Minister, because this is a ridiculous decision. You know, we had Danny Kennedy down here over the summer engaging with people about the introduction of on-street car parking, and he made a decision that wouldn't be introduced, and the traders were calling for that decision, and they were supported by an awful lot of people on that. But this is a worse decision than introducing on-street car parking was, because people would have paid for parking, but people now won't be able to park in this part of Enniskillen.
At present, the lines are not legal, but a DRD road service spokesperson confirmed that when all sign and lining works are in place, the restrictions will be enforceable by the road service parking enforcement contractor. Fermanagh TV will be following this story in the coming weeks. Aislinn Hagan, Fermanagh TV. Situated on the banks of Lough Erne, Kilmore Key Club is the ideal setting for lovers of fishing, good food and nature. For more information, check out kilmorekeyclub.com.